Welcome to Play, our weekly news roundup brought to you by GS1 Australia, the only authorised source for your barcodes. For 50 years, GS1 standards have powered business to trade seamlessly, efficiently and safely. Learn more about the next generation of barcodes at gs1au.org. As you can see, we are back from a stellar Food Pro 2023. Visit the Food Pro section on the website, it's under events, to see all the action. In the news this week, big news today, Suntory and Beam Suntory are joining forces to create Suntory Oceania, a $3 billion beverage giant with around 40 beverages across all categories. It will kick off in mid-2025 as a complete end-to-end operation for its portfolio, including manufacturing, sales and distribution. Suntory CEO Darren Fullerton said that the partnership brings the best of Suntory to Australia and New Zealand for beverage moments, and I quote, from sunrise to sunset. Some of the brands include Jim Beam, Maker's Mark, Hibiki Japanese Whiskey, Canadian Club, V Energy and Boss Coffee. The announcement follows Suntory's massive $400 million net zero beverage facility build, which is currently under construction in Ipswich, Queensland. It will open in mid-2024 with the capacity to produce 20 million cases a year and the capacity to scale that to 50 million. But of course, the birth of Suntory Oceania brings the death of Beam Suntory's 16-year partnership with Coca-Cola Euro-Pacific Partners. The contract ends in June 2025 for Australia and December 2025 for New Zealand. CCEP Regional Managing Director Peter West said that the partnership had been exceptionally successful and that it would be looking to further align itself as the bottler for its brand partner Coca-Cola. Now, moving on. Bubs may now exit stage left and concentrate on the tasks at hand after the spill motion last week failed to dislodge the board. More than 70% of votes cast supported the current board, and it now has to grapple with its grim China performance. Full year revenue for the region was $13.6 million, just scraping into its forecast guidance range and a long way from last year's $53.6 million result. Its Q4 revenue for China was $1.4 million, down 96% on the same period last year and 53% lower than Q3. The Australian agricultural company, AACo, has been named in an insider trading legal action in the US against billionaire Joe Lewis, whose investment portfolio Tavistock Group holds 51% of the pastoral giant's shareholdings. It's alleged that following an AACo directors meeting, a board member employed by Tavistock informed Lewis that losses from floods in Queensland were material and would not be covered by insurance or a government bailout. Lewis then allegedly told his two private pilots, to be a billionaire, that they should offload their investments before the information was disclosed, which it was the next day. Sadly, for the pilots, they didn't complete the trades in time, with one telling his stockbroker in an email, "Just wish the boss would have given us a little earlier heads up." This is a fine example of emailing 101, which is never put in an email what you don't want to see on the front page of the newspaper. Anyway, the case is ongoing. Masterfoods has won gold at the World Mustard Competition. Yes, it's a thing, with its Australian-made American yellow mustard. Now, apparently, we Australians do mustard a little differently to the rest of the world. We are 6 times more likely to use mustard with steak than the Brits, who are at 30%, and Americans, who are only at 5%. Mustard with steak. Steak is the number one dish we enjoy with mustard, accounting for 30% of the meals that we have with it. Store those little bits of info for your next barbecue. Mondelēz International has launched Snacking Right. It's a mobile-friendly digital platform accessible via on-pack QR codes, and it provides current recycling and packaging disposal information, as well as the company's commitment to mindful snacking and sustainable sourcing. Cadbury has started rolling out the QR codes across the Cadbury chocolate range, with the concept expanding to include further brands and products down the track. Australian plant-based protein manufacturer Harvest Bee has signed a distribution deal with New Zealand food distribution business Dunningham's. It's a unique setup for Harvest Bee, which is predominantly a B2B wholesaler of its dry and designed for ambient storage plant protein, because it's going to have a range of branded retail products available for New Zealanders. It's also supplying restaurants and butchers who are looking for a superior plant protein for products to meet growing requests for vegetarian or vegan options. Allied Pinnacle says that the 100th anniversary of its Trench Street mill in Ballarat is significant for the company, I think so, and the local community, as it's one of only 4 remaining flour mills in Victoria. Australia has dropped another 2 places in the Harvard Economic Complexity Index to rank 93rd out of 133 countries, the lowest of any OECD nation by 50 places. The index also has superior interactives of all manner of data about all of the countries. I highly recommend you go and check it out. Western Australian-based Kommunity Brew says its acquisition of Melbourne's Cool beverage company immediately opens export opportunities for the functional beverage company. I think that'll do for today. It's lovely to be back. With that, don't forget to head to the website for all of these stories and a whole lot more. Thanks to GS1, and don't forget to subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends. We've cracked 10,000 followers on LinkedIn. I'm a little bit smug about that, but also very humble. Yeah, that'll do. Thanks, GS1. I'm Kim Berry, over and out.